beautiful people, and welcome back to our channel and another episode of Alco-Haul.
Why does it sound different every time?
I don't know. So today we went to Willow Park, Wine and Spirits.
Yeah.
And Zin. So the location we went to was the one on 17th Ave in Inglewood. So that one's their biggest location, I'm pretty sure. It's their warehouse of all their stuff.
So, I guess we'll just start with this. So, the Long Rose Red 13-year-old, it's a Scotch, and it's aged in a Malbec cask. We didn't go in looking for this. We were sampling other Scotches, and the guy was telling us how popular this one was, and they had a single bottle left, and how good it was. So, I got it, and I guess we'll find out if it actually is really good, but hopefully. And I trust the guy, so I'm pretty sure it'll be good.
So hopefully he was like aggressively selling because it is really good, or unless it's like really bad. And they're just trying to get rid of their last bottle. So
I'm sure it's gonna be good. So even though it's in the Malbec cask, this distillery they make their scotches a bit more peaty, so it's like a smoky taste to it. I don't know how to describe peat very well,
I would
but
say smoky.
Yeah, it's kind of, so that's both of our preferences. So, and we tasted a few other scotches, and there were names that we've heard of, like Bunnahabhain. So we decided to, I guess, try one that we've never heard of. So also at Zin, we also picked up chartreuse. So we have the green one, just because we need a restock, and the yellow one. We've seen a lot of recipes call for yellow chartreuse. Sorry. Have you ever had? I've never had yellow chartreuse. I don't think either of us had.
I haven't either. I'm really excited about it. So the difference between the two is after it's distilled. So with the yellow chartreuse, there's saffron added to it, which is why the color is yellow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the green, it's the herbs, the aggressive amount of herbs in it. And then I wanted to try the Gifford, I forget how the guy pronounced it, the Giffard creme de pêche, so peach liqueur. Originally I wanted to get the creme de violette because I've been eyeing that for a while, but they sold out of that one. So if you are looking for Gifford, they also have grapefruit, blueberry, and then they have a mixed berry liqueur as well. I find that I haven't really seen this one. I've seen the creme de violette at Kensington Wine Market.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I just assumed it'd be cheaper at Zin.
I guess another thing to add about Zin is they've recently had a large online overhaul, which has caused a few problems. But typically, they're gonna start putting items back through their online store. And if you go to zin.ca and order it online and then get it shipped to their warehouse, or if it's already in the warehouse, it's usually 10 to 20% cheaper than buying it in store. And that's actually, before this online change, Zin was the cheapest place to get liquor except for Costco. Okay, so at Willow Park, we've actually only got two things. So we really needed some chocolate bitters. Last episode, I think, we made the malt jockey, and they called for chocolate bitters. I forgot what we used. I think we used cedar. Yeah, we used cedar smoked bitters, but the chocolate would have been a really nice pairing with the malt flavors from the monkey shoulder.
Yeah.
And then, so Old Grandad is one of my favorite bourbons to use for cocktails. It's very characteristic. It's 100 proof, so it's 50% alcohol, so it's stronger, it's spicier, and it really shines through all the other ingredients. So if you like making bourbon cocktails where you can actually taste it, and where you can have a distinct flavor of the bourbon, I would go with Old Grandad. And at Willow Park, it's $31 or $32 per bottle, so it's very well priced.
Because I remember at Kensington Wine Market, it was $39.99, which is the same price as the wild turkey that they had there. We also went to Silk Road Spice Merchants in Inglewood because they were close by. So I bought some Christmas gifts. They also have like really nice boxes of baking spices, barbecue spices, their favorites, their top favorites, and I bought some gifts. I'm not gonna say which ones yet, just in case if y'all are watching this. They have a big collection of bitters. So the one that we picked up, that John really wanted to try, was the Bitterman's Hellfire, which has habanero shrub. And they actually let you, they have testing bottles, so you can actually smell it, and if you want to put a few drops in your hand and give it a try. What did you think of it, John? I didn't try it.
I tried it a bit, so it has a really nice spicy kick from it. definitely because it is habanero. I think it's just fun. So I like spicy food. A lot of my friends like spicy food, so why not make spicier cocktails? I think it'll go well with. I mean, we can make old fashions, Manhattans. Just add a little bit of an extra kick to any of our bourbon cocktails, or I guess tequila would be fine. But yeah, we'll just try it out and see how it goes. I guess Caesars. You can make Caesars or Bloody Marys with that, and it would probably
So
be
good.
extra spicy.
And the last two things we picked up, kind of impulse buy. Gotta say it was, yeah. So we got Porter's Tonic Syrup in hibiscus and grapefruit. Okay, so a lot of recipes, we've been kind of limited in terms of not being able to make some cocktails with simple syrup. Because I tend to like to stay away from sugar. Plus, like for example, like peach liqueurs, things like that, they already have sugar in it. But this one wasn't too bad. It's also local in Calgary, which is so cool. Their hibiscus syrup was made with hibiscus from Silk Road, which is really cool. So their ingredients instead of sugar is agave, which I find is better anyway.
Which makes tequila and mezcal, right?
So it has distilled water, organic agave nectar, citric acid, cinchona bark, and hibiscus. So yeah, I'm actually really excited to try this. And I find hibiscus is like the thing right now. A lot of cocktails have it. And I like hibiscus tea, so I was like, let's just try this.
I actually didn't know what this was, and I didn't know you got both grapefruit and hibiscus. So that's nice. I thought you actually I thought it was gin and tonic, and you pour the whole thing in. So I thought it was really expensive. But now that I'm reading it, it makes a lot more sense of why you wanted it.
John!
It just says tonic on it, but it says tonic syrup.
So they have a multitude of different brands of bitters. They have a bunch of tonic. They have, so tonic as in like flavored syrups. And then they had, I forget what the brand was, but they had like passion fruit syrup.
Yeah.
Orgeat, ginger, cordial, something like that. And then they also have, if you're looking for it, they have the Luxardo maraschino cherries, which I had to resist buying. Because for me, I just really love garnishing cocktails, and then for John, it's like, meh.
I just drink them either way.
Like just use
She makes it pretty,
peel.
so that's good.
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Back to what Kim said earlier, it's amazing that they have tester bottles for every single one of their bitters. We haven't seen another place that has that, because now we just read all the labels. We're like, oh, this would be good, oh, this would be good. But to actually be able to smell them and to taste them it's a great way to shop for it. And I believe they are actually, well, for sure they're cheaper than Fine Arts. I believe the pricing is very similar to Willow Park. I don't know if we saw bitters at Zinn.
No.
I'm sure we didn't look that hard, but yeah. So cheaper, and you get to test it. So I would highly recommend you go to Silk Road. And if you ever need any spices, because the amount of spices they have is amazing.
It's amazing. It's dangerous in there. You kind of just want everything. So. All right, and that's all for today. Thanks for joining us on another Alco-Haul. I swear, I promise, we will show you our full collection soon. Yeah, stay tuned for that. We'll also show you the bottles we will never open. And also the bottles from our collection. So ones that we have collected since like 6 years ago, things that we don't plan on opening, or maybe we will, but not soon. So
I can't afford to open them.
But yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. And yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching our lovely haul today. And remember, you'll never succeed if you're afraid to try. Cheers!
He's not kidding.
What?
Because he said the place had it on sale.
If you'd like to see how these drinks are made, please click on the link in the description box below.
More verses, make a wish for a purpose. Purposely practice to rap until I emerge perfect. Flawless victory psychic, kick like bicycle circus. Flow Kanga, do my thinking, dang it, till it's purple.